Hello guys and welcome back to another locomotive review, and it's a slightly quicker one today, but we have this gorgeous Mainline Rebuilt Patriot. Now I bought this with my friend Alfie, link will be in the description below somewhere for his channel, and it is it completes my vintage locomotive collection, which I will do a running session with very soon. When I say vintage, some of them are not that old, but they are not modern, really, not modern locos, but this is a mainline locomotive, and I used to have a mainline manor class which has departed since owning it, so it has gone now, unfortunately. I did make a video on that, so if you didn't know, then you need to watch the video. But it was fantastic, and I did miss it a little bit, and I've wanted a mainline loco back in the collection for a while, so I decided to pick up one of these because I'm unlikely to get a rebuilt Patriot as a modern version, because I'm going to get a non-rebuilt Patriot as a modern loco, so I thought complete the rebuilt Patriot as they think it. And it's also a livery that I wanted, a rebuilt Patriot, inconveniently, and I immediately took an eye to it quite early on when Alfie showed it to me, so I decided to mither him for it until he basically let it go to me. So that is why it's now in the collection. It's a gorgeous little thing. It's Sir Frank Ree, 5530. It's 6p rebuilt Patriot class, LMS as well. And it is glorious. I do like a lot. It's an old locomotive. It's not the most detailed in the world, so we will go through that in a second. But as you can see, for a reasonably old locomotive, it's not bad at all. So let's get to the detail. So we're going to start at the front. You can see we have the metal buffers, and see if the actual camera will focus up. Come on. Come on, stop looking at Stephen's face. There we go. So we have the metal buffers here, which are similar to the ones on the standard class 4, which we've got a Batman version of. Because I think they share bits and bobs, don't they, Batman and mainline locos. So got those. You have the pre-fitted vacuum pipe, which I don't know if that's been actually pre-fitted from mainline or whether Alfie's fitted that, but obviously I've got to give it the benefit of the doubt because I don't know. The smoke box has a handrail on it. It looks absolutely fantastic. 5530 printed really nicely on there as well. You do have the metal handrails across the other side of the boilers as well. You do get on that side. I'll turn the loco around in a bit. Double funnel, I do quite like a double chimney. I think they're very cool. Got loads of riveted detail. It looks absolutely brilliant. And this is an old locomotive, so it does shape up really well. I love the wheels with the tyres on. I love the silver around the wheels. I absolutely adore that. I think it just sets it off really well. You have the lining across the thing. It's not as crisp as a modern loco. You can see that here, but it's like cream and burgundy, and it looks fantastic. I love the livery that is this sort of black with cream and red, but not like traditional. So they did it on a couple of the locos, and it is really nice. So you got all the moulded detail across the top, metal whistles, well, safety valves. You got a little whistle at the back, it's tiny but reasonably well detailed. All the moulded and riveted detail across the side as well. You got some underneath here, which looks really good, and then Sir Frank Ree, which is printed nicely on the side of the locomotive. See if it'll get a focus. Oh, it has done. There you go. The coupling rods aren't as fine as you would expect, but that's because it's an older locomotive and they're not as crisp and fine as modern ones, which is absolutely fine. The other side of the loco, you can see you've got some pipe work here. So you've got the handrail, and then there's a pipe underneath that, a black one. So other than that, it's pretty much the same on both sides. So we work to the round back. So with all locos, you can take the tenders off, which you normally can't do. So inside, yeah, just about get a little bit of a glimpse of the cab detail there. It's not painted or anything, nothing sophisticated necessarily, but it's not too bad. And then you don't have any glazing, but I think you do. You don't on the sides. On the front, doesn't look like it. Let me have a look. No, I don't think you do. So no, you don't have any glazing on the front either, but the windows are absolutely tiny. So yeah, look, there you go. But other than that, so it's not too bad. It's to be expected. This obviously doesn't open, but look at the amount of riveted detail on here. The moulded detail on mainline locos, considering the age, was phenomenal. So ahead of their time. And then you got all around here. You can just see all the riveted detail. You have 5530 printed. In fact, I think that's really fine and really crisp, actually, that 5530 printing. That's really good. And then 6p underneath, which is the strength rating, which is slightly more than the Black 5 and the 4MTs and the 5MTs of the British Railways. And then LMS, I'd like the Black 5. And then the Jubilees were, I think, 6p as well. So, yeah, it's a reasonable figure. It's quite strong, so it's quite powerful. It's closer to 9 than it is to 0, so there you go. So onto the tender. The tender is slightly more basic than the loco, but nothing much. You've still got all the separate fitted detail, bit of handprint there, which is obviously you've got the backing pipe on the back, you've got the buffers which are metal, loads of moulded detail as well. You got all the riveting which actually looks fantastic. LMS printed really fine and crisp as well. It looks fantastic, and all the lining, the burgundy and the sort of cream, which looks fabulous along that as well. Underneath, there's not much detail underneath. You don't have like any water scoops or anything. It is quite a basic tender, but other than that, it's not too bad. On the front, you have all the moulded detail at the front of the front of the tender as well, which was really good, and a little hole there, which I assume is to let cold through. I don't know. Coal at the top, which is not removable or anything, but it looks okay. And then you've got the water mechanism at the back. If it will focus, because the lighting's terrible, because I'm doing this at night. There we go. And then you've got the stuff at the back as well. So no printing of those builder's plates, but you can see where they would normally be. So that is the locomotive then, which is actually christened Frank. We do actually call it by its name, Frank. So say hello to Frank. We will now put Frank onto the layout and see how he runs. And you can't say it's a she because it's... I know it's 2024, but his name's Frank. It's Sir Frank Ree. It's a he to me, this one. So that's how it works. Anyway, I'm not joking. So we'll put the locomotive onto the track and see how it runs. So let's get to it. So there is Sir Frank Ree on the layout then. Let's get to running this. So it is a little bit louder than normal because it's an older locomotive, but it does run very, very well, and I absolutely love it. So it does run really well actually. The slow speed's not too bad. I mean, so it's kicked in there. It's cogging. It has cut out slightly as well. Come on. So that's not too bad. Lifting that up there. It does cut out because these locos don't have the best pickup system in the world. So, yeah, they can't do the best slow speed. But in terms of the consistency when they are running, they are absolutely fine normally. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. So yeah, that looks absolutely fantastic. So we will get him, we'll get Frank. So Frank, we're going to keep calling it him, so just ignore me. Going to get it coupled up to some coaches and then enjoy it for a little bit of a running session. So let's get to it. So we have 3 BR Mark 1s set up in the station, and going to couple up the loco to those, just because it's easier. I've not got many LMS coaches, so also it will still match reasonably well, so come on. Oh, this coach is going to be annoying. It does look good though, doesn't it? So if I just... It's going the wrong way, so if I keep him there like... And I will manually couple it. This is the hand of God. Trying to couple a loco. There we go, I think it's coupled now. Let's go! We're sorted, let's get going. Which is running. And we will hopefully enjoy this going around for a bit. So, yes, look at that. Oh my god, it looks so good with coaches. Look at it. So, quick shout out to Riley, who has got in contact with Alfie. So, just a quick shout out to them. Hope they're doing okay, and hope you're enjoying the video. So, let's get more shots and then we'll conclude this shortly. Oh, abrupt stop, and there we go. So that is the Mainline Rebuilt Patriot, Sir Frank Ray, and it is a reasonably old but still lovely locomotive that has joined the collection and will be staying in the collection. So, yeah, love this thing, and this video is later than anticipated, by the way, but it is what it is. And I do hope you've enjoyed watching the videos. So if you have and you would like to see more reviews and more videos, running sessions, etc., please subscribe if you haven't already and put the notification bell on to be alerted when we make new uploads. And there's lots to come, including running sessions. There will be one very soon, which will be a running session with my most expensive locomotives, and there is a class of 4 that cost over £200. So there is going to be a running session with those. And then there's going to be a couple of others, including the vintage fleet. So Frank will appear again, along with the other older locomotives in the collection. And that'll be a running session as well. And then there's lots more to come as well, potentially, if you'd like to. I'm going to do a review, a comparison between a couple of members of pieces of rolling stock and the 2P2s, if you would like to see those, which please let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see those comparison videos. But until next time, thank you all for watching, and I will see you very soon for some more videos. Goodbye.